Hey everybody, welcome back to Koali Beach, episode 27, and today I won't actually be building anything, but I'll mostly get into lighting and special effects in the park. And of course, I've got the awesome lady designer. Okay, we're gonna do that again. I've got the awesome delay designer in here. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Hi, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine. How are you?
But it's the lady singer, isn't it?
No, it's not. Come on, shut up.
I've done that like almost every episode, haven't I?
Yeah, you did, and I'm so surprised that you're now correcting yourself. Like, I'm not gonna say that ever again. Thank
But
you.
you are even not French. I mean, it's just the French people who skip out letters in their words, don't they?
Yeah.
To be honest, English does that kind of as well. You know that sentence where it's like English is tough, but you can read it through thorough thought, something like that. Like there are all kinds of words that end on the same letters, but you have to pronounce them differently. Like English kind of does that as well. But yeah, French is probably the worst at it. Yeah. But anyway,
I'm
yeah.
not saying anything about pronunciation.
German is okay though. But how are you doing, Rudi?
I'm pretty fine actually. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
And what about you guys?
It's a little bit early. We never record this early.
That's right.
Yeah, it's about 10 a.m. on Saturday as we speak,
Yeah.
which is
Crazy. Oh, but I
slightly
love what
unusual.
you're doing with the waterfalls.
Yes.
Goodbye,
But I don't
FPS.
like what you're
I don't
doing with the FPS.
Yeah. It's great.
I'm trying to keep it
awesome.
okay. Interestingly,
Yeah.
this is actually something that I just took straight out of Volcano Bay.
Uh-huh.
I think you guys remember that park. It's
Yeah, definitely.
the Universal theme park in America with water slides and stuff. And it was actually one of the major inspirations for Koali Beach when it comes to the theme and when it comes to having that volcano in the middle of it. And that volcano actually has some waterfalls running down the sides of it as well and into this pool of water. And
It's really cool.
I really thought the volcano was kind of looking a little bit boring and still the entire time, so I figured we might as well try it with some waterfalls and see
But that
what it
was
looked
the
like.
intention, right? But I think we all waited because the FPS would drop so hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I totally think that we wanted to do something like this because Volcano, what was it? Beach? What was it? Forget the name. But
Volcano
that
Bay,
was
right?
the inspiration. So I thought that we wanted to make waterfalls out of the volcano.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I wasn't sure actually, but that is a good point. It has definitely been brought up before as well. Though one thing that I'm kind of glad about is that it doesn't ruin the FPS too much. So
Oh, that's great.
I think we're still kind of
I'm
fine.
still so surprised how well the FPS are. I have to say. I mean, last time I had the park, I was kind of afraid because you built those amazing slides again, and we had the pool area, and the mini golf court come into as well. And then I was like, okay, let's see. And even though I added about 30,000 pieces again with the party area, it still is okay, I guess. It's not as bad as other parks I had. So
I'm looking forward to
But
have
I'm
it
not-
again right
I'm not
now.
gonna complain. It's really nice.
Yeah, for me it was actually kind of one of the things that is most annoying about the park. It's got thousands of pieces. I think we measured it recently, and
It was around 120,000.
yeah,
Was it?
yeah, something like that. I think.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was when Euthris was boasting about his parking lots being 180,000 pieces, which it turned out it wasn't. His parking lot is 90,000 pieces. Only 19,000.
Only
come on.
90,000 for one parking lot.
That's a low-res parking lot. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's ridiculous. By the way, for anybody who's watching this and doesn't know Euthris yet, he makes some
you
amazing
should check it
videos,
out.
and his latest
Yeah.
Alpine park is really cool. So I'll link that in the description. You should definitely check it out, especially
We
if
call
you're
him the
into.
parking lot master, but he is amazing at other stuff as well. Definitely.
Yep. So yeah, he's got that going on, but we have about 120,000 pieces in this park, so the frame rate is already kind of hurting. For me, it's between 10 and 15 FPS, but to be honest, it's still, it's something that's still quite good when you look at a game like this. If you can have 120,000 3D items in a single park, all just custom built in this huge map, and the game doesn't just give up on everything,
But that
that's
totally
already quite an
depends on your
accomplishment.
computer.
And that
Yeah.
is true. But
Come
my
on.
computer is kind of a sort of mid decent. It's got a GTX 970, which has become sort of a middle ground GPU. And aside from that, it's just a simple i5 processor. So yeah, I don't really have the best computer ever. Though I definitely know on your computer it runs like a beast.
It does right now, and I'm really happy because if I didn't have that, I definitely couldn't do anything in the park anymore. I couldn't already.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm quite happy. I love that stand, by the way, with those lights. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's some stuff
It's
that.
so simple, but it's so looking good.
It's
Man,
something
I'm
that.
so thankful that you're going into lighting.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, right. I was just about to say it's something that we always kind of forgot. In just about everything we do, we seem to forget it. Like I know I did Garuda with Rudi, and we completely forgot about the lighting. And first stream Planet Coaster ever does is they go into the park, and they're like, I wonder what it would look like at night. That was embarrassing.
So we're not gonna make that mistake ever again.
Yeah.
If they ever will want to show off Koali Beach, which I don't know if they will do, because it's so huge, but still. Then we need to make sure we have lightnings.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like, it's crazy. It's super crazy. I guess it's also about what you do, right? I mean, if you do like a restaurant or so, it's much more realistic that you look into lighting because you kind of place lights just for the sake of having those lights as style elements, and then you most likely turn on the night view as well just to see if that's not too much, and then you are going into it. But if you just build entire areas, you kind of forget about them. Oh, I love what you do there with the
same.
spots.
Yeah, I have to say, my major inspiration here, aside from all kinds of people in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 who were super amazing at it, is there's a tutorial on Shy Guy's World. I kind of lost by Gert, which is a weird name to pronounce, but he had a lighting tutorial on Shy Guy's World, which is amazing, just for one quote alone. Like, what he said over there was that lighting is the painting of the night. Like, and the one important thing is you have to make it in such a way that you can navigate through the park, and everything that you have to navigate through needs to be lit up. But also you need to, like, light up the few areas that you can light. Like, you shouldn't light up everything, but bring light to the few things that you want people to look at. So in some cases you'll bring light to the parts of a building that look best and that you want the attention to go to. In some cases you'll bring light to a little hut or something of interest that you want to look at. And in some cases you also want to light up the paths. And one of the amazing tricks that he brought up in that tutorial as well, was putting those box lights in the walls alongside paths to light up the paths without actually having lampposts, and it looks really amazing.
Good. I'm definitely gonna use this in the future. I never ever thought about that, but that's really, really good.
It definitely
Thank
is.
you.
And can we just point out how amazing the light system is in Planet Coaster? I guess we didn't talk too much about it. I think they kind of made a huge step when they added those two big lights, like the what's this called, the big spotlight and the area light. So those gave us a lot more freedom, I guess, in terms of lighting in general, but also how different the single spots and those simple
they work
lights
so
were.
much better than in the beginning. I remember that in the beginning you had to place so many lights to get something lit up, and they definitely did some improvements of that as well.
I think personally, actually, because I like the large lights as well, but I think they're best suited for really large things, like lighting up supports of coasters or lighting up very large things. For me, actually, the big improvement was being able to choose our own colors for the lights. So you can choose how much they light up, so you can really mute the lights, but you can also make it very harsh and bright.
Yeah, that's definitely also a big advantage.
I really like how you just lit up all the trees right now, just to see some shades on it. It's so beautiful. Inspiring.
I mean, it's really inspiring. It's always crazy to see how many lights in a real theme park would also be, because I think it's pretty realistic how you have to put all those spots down. Like in real life, you also need to have a lot of lights to lit up those areas. And it's
True.
I think always so interesting to see, and then you can also judge parks who make a really brilliant job to hide them away. So like, you know, it's also hard to kind of position them in a way that you can't see them on daylight
Yeah.
too much. So
That was actually,
This is
yeah, that was
amazing.
one of the things which I thought made lighting a lot of fun, because it's kind of like a puzzle. I wanted all the lights that I use in the park here to all be visible. So, well, they're not visible
But they
from
are
the
not
paths or
annoying
anything.
visible.
Yeah, I tried to make them visible in a way that I wouldn't, like, drag them underground or into scenery objects. Like, all the things that emit lights are at least visible, but they're as hidden as possible, kind of, in a sense, and I wanted to avoid using the large area lights and the enormous floodlight, actually, since those kind of light things up too much. The only areas where I really use them are for the wooden coaster supports, for example, or lighting up the volcano, but there I'm totally spoiling things.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's what they are supposed to be like, right? So I think it's just that they added those were just, as Lady said already, so good to avoid placing down millions of those spots to be able to and sync them into each other, because you can make the lights stronger and bigger if you sync them into each other again and again. And I think
True.
that's the best thing about this, that we do have the possibility now to make this without just needing
The only
to
thing that still annoys me are those signs you're lighting up. The signs, some of the signs have like those bright letters, but some have just
Oh,
like
right,
a
yeah.
weird.
Oh yes.
They just color it very weird, in my opinion, when you put a light on it.
That's true.
To be honest,
That's-
the signs in general are still one of my major gripes in the game, because the
yeah.
fonts don't really translate that well into the size of the signs.
Yeah, but
True.
I think things are gonna change now a little bit with the billboards.
I
A little
really
bit,
hope
not
that will
entirely, I
just-
guess.
That's a
but-
good point, actually. You can just make signs out of those billboards.
Right.
Absolutely.
Also, the only thing I'm a little bit afraid of is, and maybe that's the first thing I'm gonna feedback, because I'm not too sure about it right now. But it would be so cool if we can somehow, I don't know, not turn off this billboard screen, but make it not glow in the darkness. I'm a little afraid how this will work with kind of, you know, just really mute sign colors or so. If you put down and it's still glowing like a big screen, you know, it would be nice. Like, for example, wooden billboards where you would paint on.
Yeah.
And they just don't glow. So for my taste, we don't need to be able to put down videos on those screens, but at least images.
Yeah.
And then that they are not just, you know,
Not that bright.
not bright at all, so that they don't
Yeah.
glow themselves, that we have to put some spots on it to make it glow in the night.
Yeah.
So that would be a
That's
pretty nice addition, because I'm a little afraid that if you do place so many signs or kind of custom textures all the way along, so because I was already thinking of building just making a building out of walls, out of those things, you know, and when it's gonna be glowing themselves, you got a big building glowing itself, which might be a little strange.
May I just say that I love how you use these colors.
Oh yes.
That's beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I
Actually,
figured,
Wow.
I
There is
think it's
this-
something important, since the rest is all just kind of orange slash yellowish.
It's amazing. I would never have thought of anything like this.
No, but as you do it, I just wanted to add that the sequencer is coming. This might be an idea to have a really gentle wave of colors going through the supports of the wooden coaster.
That's mad, actually. That's amazing.
That would be so awesome.
That would.
I mean,
But then again, you can't really put in how much. They will just flicker on and off, so they don't.
yeah, but you can
Yeah,
put
but-
like multiple lamps in a row and just have
Yeah.
one on for each part of the sequence.
Yeah, you
That's
can.
true.
There was also a tutorial, I saw it also in Shiga's World, to make lights blend into each other. It's pretty simple. You just need to have the same color twice, and then you just take the one color you want to blend into the other one, and put the. For example, let's say you want to go from yellow to green, and then you have the yellow one, and you copy the yellow one, move it slightly to the right, and also sync in the new one, the green one. And then you have to trigger, like, the first yellow one is going off, but the other yellow one is staying on while the green one is turning on as well. And then, like, for example, 0.1 seconds later, the second yellow one is turning off, so that you just, while you just turned on the green one, you had left a little bit of yellow light and go into the next one. So that's a pretty nice way to have it blend without looking like the next one is going on.
I see the next issue. I'm really hoping that they're gonna change it. The water that needs to be lit up or shimmer at nighttime, because it just doesn't look natural at all right now.
It looks very much like Jello at night, which is kind of awkward. The same kind of happens in the shadow, because as far as I know, lighting at day has no effect on the water. So if water is in like the shadow part of, for example, this volcano, it still has the same amount of lighting as in the sunny part. So it'll be a lot lighter than the surroundings. So that's a good part. Though I can kind of see why it is that way, because the particle effects are really just particle effects. They're just a bunch of sprites throwing down an emitter, which they would have to emit shadows on all of the separate particles at all times, which is impossible. Like, you cannot render that. But it is a very good point. I would love to see that
I want
be
to make water shows at nighttime.
You
but
can though, right?
Stick with day shows. No, it doesn't look well. You can't put any lights or anything like that on the water. So I tried, like in Alpha 2. I think it was in Alpha 2 where we got the VFXs, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make like that huge purple tree of Avatar. And then I just found out after placing like 100 VFXs that it didn't lit up at night. And I was like, okay, never mind.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it really was. And that since then, I'm always like, oh, I have so much hope that they will change that at some point, that it will lit up when you put in a light on the water. So that will be so cool.
Maybe they could do something similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 with water shows though, because it has the same issue with the textures and not being able to light up water. But what you were able to do in the water shows for Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is give the water a color. So if you wanted to have like water that looked like it was lit up, you would just give it a light color. It's not the perfect solution, but actually works. And in general, the mix master is really good.
Yeah, but I think that's a good one. If it's, I mean, that's paying respect to what particle effects are like, right? So I think it's the most easy thing, maybe not easy in general, but the most easy thing is to just let us change the color of the particle effect. That would also give us maybe the possibility to do some other crazy stuff with the particles.
Oh yeah, we could make like blood rivers and stuff. I don't know why that was the first thing I thought of, but
I'm also not knowing why, but
no, there's Nemesis in the UK, which is a coaster that goes over like blood waterfalls and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you can do some interesting stuff with that, or you can make radioactive water and have it be green.
Wow.
Okay, why not?
Or you could just make a chocolate river and make a real Charlie in the Chocolate Factory thing.
Ah, now we're talking, lady.
So many people mentioned that on my Wonderland series. Make a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory dark ride with real dark water, brown water, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to do that.
But yeah,
that's
just an idea for Frontier, I guess.
Yeah,
that's a good idea for Frontier, I
guess. But we are just being so negative of all the stuff that is not coming. But
just starting by saying how amazing it was.
I just can't wait for the fireworks, guys.
Yep,
it's gonna be so awesome.
And we're gonna have to put some in this park as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Alongside with the wave over the supports of the wooden coaster.
I don't know.
Damn, that's. I mean, like the.
So
when do we do a firework? We have so many possibilities.
I think just surrounding the volcano or anything like that. So really at the middle point of the park.
You could also be very cheeky and have it come out of the volcano.
That could also be.
But no, that's a bad idea.
We need to try how it looks. I'm just so curious how it will look when you put it in yourself.
I think it might be the best idea. Wait, there are no fireball effects. There should be. Or something like an explosion. Like, have fireworks from the lake, and then an explosion in the volcano to make it look as though the volcano is actually active.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, and then we gotta have blood water running down, which is actually not blood water, but
Lava.
melted stone called lava, right?
Oh, that's something you could make if you could color the particle effects as well.
Yes,
True. Absolutely. Wow, it's already over.
it is.
It went so fast.
Yeah, that's been just about it
Crazy.
for the time lapse. It's not
Yeah.
actually the lighting for the entire park. So there are still some parts that need to be lit up, especially around the new areas and the pool and stuff. But
Oh, I think in the end, like we just talked about, like when probably will be the end of Koali Beach because you're leaving to Tokyo,
mhm.
and I'm just it's really sad, and I think we seriously need to spend like maybe 3 episodes with just putting everything together and make it look perfect in the end. I think it's gonna take such a long time.
Oh, and actually spend an eye on management stuff and
everything is gonna be
everything
crazy.
not just customizations. It's
And fireworks.
and
And fireworks. Yeah, I
Fireworks,
think
right,
that's
yeah.
gonna take us a long time as well. Oh,
And I
wow.
still think we need one more coaster because like comments are going crazy about one more coaster.
That's a
Even
good
though
point.
I don't know which one, but
Yeah, and people are asking for Dark Rise, but I don't think we will have the time for that. Because
yeah,
right
the-
now,
Dark rides they're super amazing, and I've seen so many great ones already. But for me personally, it's like the most time-intensive thing
yeah,
to do.
true. And I don't really feel like doing that for Koali Beach. Not with knowing that it's probably be ending at the end of August, for those who are wondering.
Yep, that's basically where we've kind of set the deadline. So we're gonna try
Yeah.
and wrap things. Well, we still got a lot more weeks to come, even with that deadline.
Yeah, 2 months.
Nine weeks.
2 months and a week.
9 or 10 weeks.
And for next week, I'm not really sure if we can do it since we got the Efteling meetup going on, and the update is coming. So I'm gonna try to make sure I have an episode next week, but else Rudi Renkemmel will be covering it because you have some more time, I guess. So yeah, we'll just have
Good
to
topic
see
to talk about right now.
who's the next one. Yeah, but it's just good to mention for the people that are waiting for my channel. It could be also on Rudi Renkemmel's channel next week. So that depends a little bit how everything is going next week.
Yeah,
Yep.
just Koalian things.
Yeah, just Koalian things.
Oh, I need to make some memes about that.
Yeah,
yeah, do that. Did you see the picture on Twitter I posted?
Oh,
The
Oh, yeah.
Koalian team.
I couldn't avoid that. My Twitter went crazy when you posted.
I like that picture. It's so much fun to have a picture of the 3 of us.
But I like the comments most with Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Yes!
Yeah, it was actually perfect. Like hairstyles, middle one having glasses and
That's
everything.
So good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
everyone
but
that didn't
I'm
check
afraid,
it,
Sylv,
just
you're
go
the
to
one who have to
Twitter.
kill Voldemort now.
Who's Voldemort?
What?
Sorry, I'm trying to break up in the community now. It's,
You're a wizard, Silverhead.
see, I'm not enough into Harry Potter to actually go along with this because I've watched it when I was younger, but I haven't actually done a marathon in any recent years, so I'm so bad at Harry
same.
Potter references.
Ooh.
But I'm the lucky
Oh,
one.
it's
I'm the
fine.
dumb one who's always with us and gets the girl at the end. So that's
And I'm the
And you
smart
got
girl,
super hot
Hermione.
in the end. Like, seriously.
You do, Rudi.
that's my target.
Also, I'm pretty sure that guy, like, what's he called? Rupert Grint? Like, he's
Yeah.
been, like, known to drive around in an ice cream truck and hand out ice cream to children.
Yeah, for free. Yes, that's so amazing.
It's the best. So, yeah.
There's so many great YouTube videos about it. So guys, if you want to spend a look, just go Rupert Grint ice truck.
Wow.
Random.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm gonna try to fit in some cinematic shots and stuff
Yeah,
of this
you-
entire conversation.
Oh well, you have like the
Also
whole
memes.
park to show at nighttime, so you'll be
That's true.
fine.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
actually looks really sexy at night, so I'll try to
Oh,
make a
I'm
lot
so
of
much
shots of
look
that.
forward to it.
So yeah, that's been
me
it for
too.
today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Rudi and Lady, for being here.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
thank
having
you.
us.
It's been awesome, and I'll see you guys next week on either the ladies or Rudy's channel. Bye bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.